I'm sitting here at the river near my house. Actually, I live on the other side of this river. And I don't know, I'm just over here hanging out this morning. It's early and I'm having coffee, and I don't usually even have coffee in the morning. That's a very, very rare occasion. And sometimes I just come out here and sit in the morning. Isn't it pretty? It's a big, huge, beautiful river. And at this river we have lots of piers like this, as you can see. Hopefully you can see. The whole river is filled with these piers and these really pretty little parks like this everywhere. I mean, I live in a place that is just so full of beauty. I am very, very blessed. Very blessed. And my house is actually just a couple blocks from this river and a couple blocks from the beach. I'm between the beach and this river. So that's pretty awesome. I was actually going to move to a house on the river, but I don't know, the view wasn't that, even though it was on the river, it was kind of a closed-in view and you could only like see right in front of you, like I'm showing you on the camera right now. And I thought, I don't know. But it was a pretty nice house. I don't know. Anyway, let's get on with what I want to talk about today. What I want to talk about today is actually about manifesting, but I'm going to use the subject of relationships and being afraid to leave relationships because of some insecurity. Say you're in a relationship and it really doesn't feel good. It probably has never felt good, or maybe at some point it just stopped feeling good. But you know that, you often think about leaving that relationship. And you know what, I'm talking about a relationship now, but really, like I said, this is about manifesting. So apply it however it works for you. But I really want to use this example of a relationship thing because I think a lot of people have this, and it's a really great example of showing ourselves how we limit ourselves. So say you're in a relationship and you know that you're not happy, and you often think about being out of the relationship, and many times you probably even plan on just getting out of the relationship. But then all of a sudden you might start thinking, I don't know, maybe I shouldn't get out. I don't know, maybe I shouldn't get out of this relationship because, how will I, he helps me pay the bills, and, he does help me with this or that, or maybe I won't find someone who loves my kids as much as he does, or maybe I won't find someone that will put up with my kids, or maybe whatever. Think about all the things that, come to your head. All the maybes, oh, it's hard to find someone who would actually do this, or it's hard to find someone that would actually deal with my situation, with my kids, whatever it is. And, I caught myself limiting myself like that before. I mean, I've been in this sort of situation before. Anyway, whatever the situation is and whatever the reasons are that you think that this person does something and maybe you won't find another person that will, or the next person won't, or it'll be hard to find a person like that, or you'll just end up alone. And usually that's the biggest thing that, if you really think about it, that it comes down to is the fact that you think that you may just end up alone, and how can you do it on your own? How will you do it on your own? And you probably were doing it on your own before you got with this person. But my point is that many times in these situations, we think that, we have to continue to deal with it because it will be difficult or impossible to find somebody who will deal with the conditions that we bring to the table, that, our situations in our lives. or whatever we're insecure about. And the truth is that if you found it once, you can find it again. And once you manifest something, you can always manifest better if you keep your thoughts aligned, if you believe it. So, I've caught myself before limiting myself in this way, and, with different things, but definitely relationship too. Yeah, I've been there. And guess what? I survived. I actually left a relationship, left everything, everything, and just walked out, okay? And I survived. And, look where I'm living. And I'm doing way better now than I was when I was in that relationship. In fact, that relationship was holding me down. That relationship was getting in the way of my success. So many things in that relationship were getting in the way of my success. And yeah, I had those insecurities too. And because things weren't going as well back then, even. And, I often wondered, I wonder if this person's in the way of my success, in the way. And you know what? I found out it was true. He was. And so, and not that he was like a terrible bad person. I mean, yeah, definitely there's things that were totally not cool. Otherwise, I'd still be with him. But, the thing is that you will always survive. You will always find a way. And you can always find someone else. So remember when you're manifesting you can give the universe conditions. For example, I am manifesting this soulmate relationship that will understand my child's needs, or that will support me in my work, or that is connected spiritually, or that is giving and nurturing. Whatever it is, whatever your needs are that you think that, whatever your insecurity is that you're afraid that you may not find in another relationship, you can tell the universe, this is a condition that you really need. I want to really leave this relationship because I know that it's not good for me. So, help me to live a better life, to live a happier life, and to meet the man of my dreams, the man that is going to always be the man that is going to support my lifestyle, whatever it is. So you can always have conditions. Another condition that I'll just throw out there for an example is, what if you want to travel? And, whether it's for teaching or whether it's just for your self-growth. Because I lead spiritual journeys all over the world. And sometimes I hear people go, well, I can't travel because I have kids. And it's like, don't throw the kid card out. Seriously, kids will survive without you while you go on a trip for a week or two, okay? There's always a way. Well, I don't have anyone to watch my kid. Well, the thing is, if you say that and don't try to resolve that, well, that's going to be true. But if you say to the universe, I really, really need to take this trip for my well-being. This is something I really need for myself. And the universe is going, and I have my kids need to be taken care of. Obviously, the universe knows that, okay? And so the universe will provide the care you need for your kids and the money that it would take to do that and the time that you need to do that. The only one limiting you is you. If you're just saying you can't do things for this reason or that reason, and they seem like perfectly good reasons, well, let me tell you something. If there's a will, there's always a way. If there's something you really want to do, you know that you can do it. I mean, that's what it takes with people, People say, oh, I don't have money for that. But you know what? If there's something you really want to do, somehow people always find the money if it's something they really want to do. So if you really want to travel and you either don't feel like you have the money or don't have the childcare or whatever, don't just dismiss it and say, oh, I can't because I don't have the money, I don't have the childcare. Tell the universe, I really need to go on this trip And thank you, because I know you're going to make it possible, and I'll have the childcare, I'll have the resources I need, the money, whatever it is. I'm really excited about taking this trip. Thank you. This is so, it opens my heart. And remember, the more open your energy is, the more open you are to receiving. The more you tell yourself no, and the more closed down your heart is, the less open you are to receiving. So if you're negative and closed down, yeah, you're going to have a hard life. You're going to have a really hard time receiving. But if you like come out to this beautiful nature, or just go outside your door and take in a deep breath and say, wow, what a beautiful, beautiful planet I live on. My heart is open. I feel so, the sun feels so good. My heart feels open. Life is good. You know what? I've been saying for the last couple days on my Facebook, life is so good. I mean, I felt like it's good, but, you know, I might start out the day feeling that way, and then something happens, I'm like, oh yeah, life's so great. But you know what? It doesn't matter. You can just say these statements, because that's what's going to help you to manifest your desires. The more you stay aligned with your heart open, with your mind open, with your breath breathing, relaxed, and just be willing to be in every day and every moment and go with the flow with what is, the more you will be in sync with the universe, and the more you will get the things you really want. That's the way it works. When you're fighting against things, when you're pushing against things, when you're struggling, when you're challenged, when you're pushing, when you're fighting, when you're stressed, when you're negative, all of those things, you are pushing away your dreams. You might as well just throw them in the trash can, because when you are pushing up the grain, when you're hitting your head on the wall, when you're frustrated and impatient, you are pushing your manifestations and your desires away from yourself. So you've got to realize that when you're like that, you're setting yourself up for failure. You've got to find a way to just chill out and go with the flow. Now, if there's something in your life that's really pulling at you, that's really challenging you, that's really upsetting you, either let it go, and if you have a hard time letting it go, then embrace that sucker like there's no tomorrow. Either let it go or embrace it. Either way, if you have a hard time letting it go, be honest with yourself. I'm having a hard time letting this go. I don't know how to let this go. And embrace whatever it is. How do you embrace it? You say, you know what? Okay, it is what it is, and this is what's happening, and I am just going to embrace you. Fine, I'm going to embrace you, and I'm going to get through this. I'm going to embrace whatever it is. I'm going to stop running. I'm going to stop crying. I'm going to stop stressing. I'm going to embrace it is what it is, and now what can I do? What one thing today can I do to help this situation, and take it step by step, day by day, and you will resolve it. But if you're running from things, if you're stressed about things, if you're complaining about things, if you're in victim mode, you are just going to create a lot more of that stuff you don't like. So, you know what? You can have anything. You just have to believe that and stop limiting yourself. And if you're afraid to leave a situation because you think that you're not going to make it, you know what? Think again, because being in that situation is dooming you. And the way you will make it is by choosing your happiness first, going with your heart, telling the universe what your conditions are, and then going for it, because the universe will not let you down. And remember, whenever you manifest anything, you say, this is what I'm manifesting, this or better. All right, everyone. I hope you got something out of that ramble, and now I'm going to sit here and enjoy this beautiful moment that I'm experiencing and really open my energy up by stretching open my arms and opening my heart chakra and embracing life just as it is today. Just in this very moment, everything is so perfect. Everything is so beautiful. And yeah, I could think of things that aren't working. I could think of things that are bothering me. But I'm going to choose to enjoy this moment, because this moment is all I have right now. And how can I not enjoy this moment? Check it out. Sitting here at the end of the pier. Actually, I'm sitting up on this ledge. I should be careful, knowing me. And I will take that bridge home when I'm ready to go. Yeah, it's another beautiful day in paradise. Shorts and flip-flops. It's definitely a beach day today. It is so warm and it's early. It was so warm yesterday too. And I know that most of the people in the US at least are either they're freezing or they're in snow. And you know what? This is why I live here. This is one of the big reasons why I live here. I swear, I used to, every time, when I lived in the Bay Area, every single winter I would be pissed if I was there. And I would say, I swore this was the last time I was going to be here in the winter. And why am I still here? And for 3 years now, I have been in beautiful weather. One of those years I spent in Egypt, but it was cold there, but in the daytime, in the sun, it wasn't bad. But this is truly paradise. Truly paradise. And you know what? If I can manifest my dreams, you certainly can manifest your dreams. I did all of this without having money in the bank. I left everything. I'm telling you, I left everything. And I did it. I actually moved to Egypt. And I didn't even have money. Barely. You know, I was just living from my clients, living from my sessions. And now I ended up here, between here and Egypt actually, but this is definitely home. And I'm so blessed. I'm so blessed. I'm doing what I want. I'm living where I want. I'm really living what I've manifested. And you can do it too. If I did it, if I could do it, you can definitely do it. I came from such lack consciousness growing up, and all I did was figure out what the law of attraction was. How do you manifest? And every day I worked on my manifesting. Every single day I committed to doing affirmations and opening my energy and focusing on what I want and doing everything, whatever it took to manifest what I wanted. And it works. It truly, truly works. But you've got to commit to it. And you've got to do it. No one else can do it for you. So, how much do your dreams and desires mean to you? How bad do you really want it? Go for it. Okay, everyone. Remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Like it if you enjoyed this video. Comment on what you're manifesting these days, or anything that has to do with the subject that I talked about. Share this video with your friends on Facebook or whatever your choice of social media is. And remember to go on my website and subscribe to my newsletters. And I'll see you all later. Have a great day, everyone. Bye.
Get inspired and live your dream. Change your life, set yourself free with Cindy. Yeah, join Cindy. Travel through Egypt, See the blue Nile, Sahara Desert, open up your mind. Have an adventure in the deep Red Sea. Get your dose of spirituality. Get inspired, live your dream. Change your life, set yourself free with Cindy. Yeah, join Cindy. Get inspired and live your dream. Change your life, set yourself free with Cindy. Yeah, join Cindy.